Hello, I'm James Morrow, and my gosh, isn't this a fascinating time to be alive? We have a situation where the United States is led by a guy who, well, let's just say isn't doing too great in the mental fitness stakes. And yet, at the same time, seems to be more or less nudging the world into a hot nuclear war with Russia. Now, normally, this is the point of the show where I say, hey, why aren't people paying attention to what is by any rights a pretty bonkers situation? But not this time. What am I talking about? Well, only that even if the media hasn't admitted that Washington, we have a problem just yet, voters are talking about it. Let's find out more as we go busting the narrative. Now, Joe Biden's gaffes are the stuff of legend. And they are, really, it has to be said, beyond the point of being mere verbal miscues. It is now at the point where his handlers don't even let him answer questions off the cuff. Instead, he just stares blankly at them while they shout questions at him. And now, despite the best efforts of the media, which I have said from the start of his campaign is locked in an abusive relationship with a president they keep protecting, even though he treats them like garbage, well, people are starting to notice. Check out the latest Issues and Insights poll. It found that nearly two-thirds, 64% of voters now say they are concerned about the president's mental condition. According to their report, concerns over President Joe Biden's recent, very public displays of possibly age-related mental impairments have jumped among voters since midsummer, the latest INI TIPP poll shows. And these worries aren't partisan, with a majority of all political groups, including Democrats, now expressing concern. Indeed, in just the last 2 months, the number of those saying they are very concerned has jumped from 36 to 41%. And it's not just Republicans saying this. Virtually all of that gain came from Democrats, who went from just 39% expressing concern over Biden's mental health in August, a high number in itself, to 52% in the latest poll. To repeat, a majority of Democrats now also think Biden possibly has mental health issues and could be suffering from cognitive decline and dementia. By contrast, 86% of Republicans said they were either very concerned or somewhat concerned, while 59% of independents said they were either concerned or somewhat concerned. And it's no wonder, because in recent weeks we have seen the president forget that a congresswoman he was looking for in the crowd had died months earlier in a car crash. He forgot the name of the Declaration of Independence. He raised the possibility of nuclear Armageddon with Russia and changed America's policy of strategic ambiguity when it comes to Taiwan on the fly. It's gotten so bad that even reliably left-wing and generally, it must be said, totally unfunny comedy show Saturday Night Live is now mocking Biden.
This week, President Biden pardoned thousands of convicted marijuana users, and it feels like maybe he celebrated with them a little, because yesterday, Biden gave a speech at a car factory and opened with this.
Let me start off with 2 words: made in America.
Wow. Well, let me respond with 2 words: Jesus H. Christ.
Maybe soon, the media will notice too and start asking the same sorts of questions about Joe Biden's mental fitness to serve as they did about Donald Trump. But don't hold your breath. Thanks for watching. I am James Morrow, and to support this channel, please like, share, and subscribe below. And I'll see you next week for more Busting the Narrative. Bye-bye.